Michelle Hurrell was born in Northern Virginia and lives here still. She enjoys writing and occasionally has her articles published in a local magazine. Her 14-year marriage to Tom is her greatest accomplishment.
I am a peer sports specialist and a RAP facilitator. It is my passion to share my struggle and my recovery so I can bring hope to others. In my profession, I've been blessed to help my peers grow from clients into colleagues. In clinical terms, I have a thought disorder and a mood disorder, and I was 28 when I was diagnosed. I don't, though, consider myself disordered or even out of order. I simply struggle with paranoia and mania. Sadly, since my diagnosis, I have spent, not consecutively, but in total over 365 days as a patient in a local hospital here. I once was there for 3 months, and as I sat in the windowsill of the back corner of the ward, I watched sadly as the leaves turned from green to gold, and eventually I watched them all blow away. It was during one of these hospitalizations that I wrote this poem. It is, all at once, a journal of my time at the hospital and a love letter to the staff, my therapist, my psychiatrist, and my peers, who were always so kind to me and helped me to bring my world out of the shadows and into the light. It is with great gratitude that I say that, along with my family, they are the reason I stand here today, not only alive, but truly living. Thank you. Hospitalization in 3 parts. Part 1, inpatient. No time passes slower than the minutes that creep into hours during a hospital intake. All the questions, the re-questioning, the inquisition. Where do you fall between 1 and 10? You weigh your answer like a miser weighs his gold, with the utmost interest, because 3 to 1 will get you 1 to 1, and no one wants 1 to 1. The hospital is a dreary place. The only brightness within is the staff, who carries your light for you until you are strong enough on the inside to carry it all on your own. They shelter the embers within their steady hands, shielding it, even when you try to blow it out with the winds of your own despair. Still, a hospital is a lonely place, distant and removed from the world, a place where your last decent night's sleep, your last cup of strong coffee, and your last friendly private phone call all fade from memory as you step off that elevator. It is a place that runs entirely on its own time, which means everything runs late, and where the lateness of a meeting on the outside is a welcome chance to catch up on work. The lateness of an art therapy group or a meal gets all built up into a major offense in a mind that desperately craves distractions. Still, a hospital is a safe place, where the only real threat is the hostile takeover plot of the mutiny of smokers, who become unhinged when anything, and I mean anything, cuts into their break. It is a place where you cannot cease the heart that beats within, where we all can take a break from the exhaustion of plotting our own demise, and for that, despite all of its imagined and trumped-up injustices, I am grateful. Part 2, outpatient, partial, or also day treatment. The pain in the room is palpable. Dark circles, red eyes, air-dried hair, not a stroke of makeup. Oh wait, I'm talking about me. Still, overall exhaustion lies behind our eyes. We feel the heaviness of just being alive, the pain of trying to control the unruly chemistry that confuses our minds. We pray to the altar of CBT and DBT as though an acronym alone could relieve us. We are mindful until that too becomes an obsession. We breathe deeply in traffic, count our blessings, starting over and over when destructive thoughts cause us to lose our count. We huddle here in a makeshift circle and bare our scars to the only ones who understand, for we all know the sharpness of the mental anguish that caused the original wound. Finding comfort that we are all in the same pot, we help each other climb out of that pot when the water begins to boil. Because if we lose anyone to the fire, the flames win. And for this cause alone, we band together our motley crew, mentally holding hands, following each other out of the dark. Part 3, discharge. Do you feel ready? Leaving at last the cocoon of safety? How can I have been in a place where explanations are unnecessary? Because just a glance into each other's eyes conveys the stories of our souls. Just a moment. That's why I kept it in my purse. Part 3, discharge. Do you feel ready? Leaving at last the cocoon of safety? How can I have been in a place where explanations are unnecessary? Because just a glance into each other's eyes conveys the stories of our souls. Eventually, I leave the circle to lead meetings of my own, discarding my role of someone in need and donning instead the super cloak of da-da-da-da, trust me, I'm fine. I wear a mask of makeup and re-enter the land of the living armed only with the dry erase marker. In time, the protective circle fades from memories. Sadly, the faces and the names recede as well. But this mental erasure is necessary, for if we never leave the sphere, we will forever ride through our lives with training wheels welded on tight, afraid to travel without precautions. Am I ready? Is anyone ever really ready? No. But finding one's balance should never be deferred, delayed, or deterred, because certain safety can only cement us to the ground. So as I leave these rooms, I'm reminded of the baby wren fledging outside my window. One must first fall to fly.